Manchester United won, Arsenal won. Let's talk about it. This bag is for Hojlund. I want you to go to your locker room, pack everything in it, and get out of my club. I can't do this. Get out. I can't do this anymore, my guy. I don't understand how you fall on the floor so much. Like, if I had $1 for every time you fell on the floor, I'd be rich. The amount of chances we missed out on because you can't stay on your feet. First of all, before we even get to Hojlund, why did Amram sub him on over Cheeto? Sir, why? You see that every single match and you still try to force the narrative that this guy's going to do something in the final third. He can't produce in the final third. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop it. First half, it was dead. All right. Up until the free kick, obviously, you could tell Man United were on we're just going to play defense and force Arsenal to try to produce with us parking the bus. And, Arsenal couldn't. I mean, I think this just shows, again, the lack of quality on both sides. Our Arsenal fans had this weird thought that they were going to score these goals on us because they scored 7 versus PSV. PSV's defense in that Champions League match was horrendous, okay? So we actually, held our own defensively. I would say the only thing that was a little bit frustrating as a fan is we got the ball and we were just passing side to side. There was no initiative to score. It was very timid on the attack. And I was frustrated with that in the first half because you don't ever want to see your team playing timid like that. You always want to have the thought that you can win. And it seemed like we were playing for the draw. Again, Arsenal as well wasn't doing too much. I think they only had 2 to 3 corners in that first half. So it was a very lackluster first half, I must say. Our first shot on target was the Bruno Fernandes free kick, which definitely injected life not only into the match, but into the team and the stadium. Beautiful free kick, I cannot even lie. And we go up 1-0 at half, and our record was on the line. I don't know if you guys know this, but in over 300 Premier League matches where we're up at half, we have never lost at Old Trafford. So we've only drawn or won. And so everyone obviously was nervous because we didn't want to lose that record, which we didn't. We drew. So the record is still intact. But we come out, and it's honestly a tale of two halves. We played much more confident in the second half. We created a bit more. We were more aggressive. And I just wish we would have seen that throughout the whole game. I didn't want us to have to wait until we were up for us to have some confidence. Had some subs. Euro came off. I think he was a bit injured, and I just want to say Heaven, I thought, did a really fantastic job. He was very composed. He played very confidently, made really good challenges and tackles. And, Heaven, to me, had a really good match, a solid match. So it was good to see him play well. Collier came on, and I think for Eriksson, and then obviously Hojlund came on for Xerxes, which I did not like. Again, I thought Xerxes did well for us, and I think if Xerxes had those opportunities that Hojlund did in the second half, he would have at least made one of them. Still don't understand why we didn't sub in Cheeto, but it is what it is. So on laps defensively where Declan Rice got a really nice shot, and it was a nice shot, and it's a 1-1 draw. I did predict a 1-1 draw. And for the most part, it wasn't the best Arsenal Man United game. It was to be expected. I didn't think Arsenal were going to do too much. Most of their key players outside of Rice were quiet. I mean, Odegaard's someone who, Arsenal relies on to win, was very quiet today. And he usually is for the most part when he plays us. So it was a lot on Arsenal, to not performing good enough. It was a lot on us not finishing our chances, which is the tale of our season. And we end up with a 1-1. If anything, all that this match did was solidify Liverpool's victory for the Premier League. So I think it's very confident to say that this is Liverpool's league and they're winning it with this draw. And that's what this did. United, I think, goes up. Let me check. I think we're 14th now. Yeah, we're 14th because Spurs drew earlier today. So yeah, nothing really changes that much on that end. So it was more for bragging rights, social media derby, who was going to be able to talk the most trash after the match. And both teams were kind of meh when it comes to a quality football match. But I'll take a point gladly from Arsenal when all week we were hearing that they were going to just score all these goals and run us into the ground, and it was going to be 5-0 and all this stuff. And it's like, you haven't even scored 3 at Old Trafford in years. So all in all, there were some quality individual performances from our players. I'm okay with a draw. I don't think I'll ever really celebrate one. Happy with, leaving this with a point. We move forward and we prepare for Thursday. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, congratulations, Liverpool.